Just obviously wanted to give everyone a heads up on podcasts 3, 4, and 5. Obviously, I've been having quite sad days by myself over the last few days. Just low, just trying to get things ready for Christmas. And I know that Christmas is stressful for pretty much everyone. Sort of like trying to pay for things and make sure that the kids and all the rest of it like have a nice time at Christmas. And then obviously you've got to pay your rent and then obviously my house in Wales it's got to be dealt with as well. And it just seems to be like back and forth at the moment. And you can see my talk tonight thingy is not working properly, which looks like absolute trash. So yeah, it's just like a very strange time of the year for everyone. So anyone want to talk about podcast 2, which was obviously about the pit ball, which there's been such a good contact about that. And obviously there's still stuff going on about it, like saying how good that was for podcast number 2. So podcast number 3, I'm going to meet in about that one this evening to chat about that one. I'm going to do podcast number 4, and it's about the Christmas story. And it's about how everyone sort of like suffers. Well, most people have a really nice time at Christmas. But then obviously I know that people like really do struggle at Christmas when there's people out there who have absolutely no money whatsoever. And that's really sad. I know that I've never been one for Christmas. I don't know why. I'm always sad. I think my sadness at Christmas was always since Jack was very young. And then obviously always wanted to have a nice Christmas with Jack, but then obviously I never see him at Christmas because he's always with my ex-wife, and it always makes me feel like really sad because I never have Jack at Christmas. It's just the way that things have worked out, and then obviously I have to give my Christmas stuff to Jack. And normally it's around about the 28th of December. And it makes me like really sad to see sort of like even though like Jack always like is happy, we always give him nice things and all the rest of it. But I know that Jack makes me feel like really sad. But I know there's other people out there right now who are really suffering with Christmas. It can be pretty shit for people. And that's just like being honest as much as you possibly can about like stuff at Christmas. So yeah, so like obviously got podcast 3, which is going to be about mitochondrial disease and non-cure disease. And people are going to be like, okay, so that's going to be like quite serious. And I'm going to talk to one of the guys who also suffers with mitochondrial disease, and we're going to talk about like non-cure disease, and we're going to talk about mitochondrial, but we're going to try and talk about it from like the very basics and from like how they work from a men perspective, because I think that a lot of people with mitochondrial, a lot of the disease situation with mitochondrial is because of it begins with a mum situation, but there's lots of like different sort of like disease situation with mitochondrial, so we're going to chat about that one, and then obviously number 4 is going to be about Christmas. It's going to be my Christmas story, and I hope that everyone sort of enjoys that one. It's going to be like quite a candle bill of Christmas. If I can get someone else on it as well, that would be really great. Just before Christmas to get that out, and then obviously we'll take a little bit of a break, and then we'll start cracking on again about different things, different issues that people want to chat about. And I know that like talk tonight is it's about normal things. And I think that people would be resonate with like any of their issues. If you want to talk to me about any of your issues, I'm always around. Always around, always there to chat. It keeps me it keeps me busy. And I know that like there's people out there who are, they're suffering and they're struggling with any of their issues, men problems, and obviously people who suffer with heart conditions. I know that's like a big thing with people who are suffering with their size of their body, and they're struggling with their heart and all the rest of it, really. And I guess that like talk tonight is because people might think that because of my speech, um, and I might not be interesting for people, and they like, what's he be going through? And that's because of my speech. And I like to be able to talk about these sorts of things, but then people might think then um, he is a quite weird guy and he can't speak properly. And it's hard to do a podcast when you can't speak properly. And I've always been like some of these easiest person to speak. And I guess that people will be like, okay, what's he on about, man? Like, what is wrong with this guy's speech? And it's because I had like a what looked like a stroke. And obviously like something with people might ask about my speech. And it's sometimes it's because I'm really tired. And it's something that like I do struggle with my speech. But like I guess I like that's why I mix talk tonight like real is because people might think that like is Robbie like is he normal? People will see me from years ago and he'd be like, this guy is so confident, like the way that he speaks. What's happened to him? And I go, okay, that's because like I had like a disease, and it's called mitochondrial, and there's issues with my speech again, and that is sad, especially because of my I've been so confident over the years, even like being the smallest guy, I've always been the most confident. And that makes like people might think that like I'm a bit weird, and my speech is like a little bit off, and why people wouldn't do a podcast with me. Um, but like, unfortunately, I'm I'm weird. I've always been pretty weird anyway, but like I guess because my speech is it can be um pretty weird. Um and I guess that's pretty sad sometimes. But if anyone wants to chat about that sort of stuff, like um I'm always real, like, do you know what I mean? And I don't know if that can be like I don't want to be that person who's like pretty weird, I guess. But I try my best. So yeah, if anyone wants to talk, I'm always there on the TikTok, and I'm always on the Facebook, and I'm trying to put them on the podcast all, and I'll probably whack them out after this anyway. So yeah, so there'll be an update. Probably later today. I'm just gonna have a quick chat with someone, and then we're gonna chop on the podcast next couple of days to get that out. So if anyone is like getting interested in podcast number 3, it is gonna look quite funny because I'm speaking with a guy we're going to do like the Christmas version of Talk Tonight. And I guess that people might think that that's quite funny. But I hope that I don't look too much like Santa, uh, which is like pretty normal. But yeah, cool. So if anyone does want to chat, I'm about. And yeah, I'll speak to you like really quickly soon. Yeah, that's because I'm weird. Okay. Take care. I'll speak to you soon.